Hello friends, welcome to my new video. In this video we will talk about the forging processes. Forging is the process of deforming the metal stock into desired or required shape by applications of external forces. Then we will see the classifications of forging. The forging is classified in two types. First is the hot forging. In this hot forging, the metal is heated up to the 75% of its melting temperature or melting point, and then the compressive forces are applied on it to deform it. And second type is the cold forging. In this cold forging process, the metal is not heated, or the forging operations are performed on the metal without heating it, and this cold forging is done at the room temperature. Then now we will see the types of the forging. The forging process are mainly classified in two types. First is the open die smith or flat forging, and second is closed die or impression die forging. In this open die forging is the process in which the uh, metal metal bar or the metal stock is compressed, or the compressive force is applied on it between the two flat dies. Then in this there is a smith forging. It is similar to the open die forging, but in this the hammer is struck on the workpiece by hands, and it is struck repeatedly on the workpiece till the workpiece get deformed in the desired shape. Now we will see the types of the open die smith or flat die forging. The first type is hand forging. In this hand forging, the hammer is struck repeatedly on the metal by using the hands. This is also known as the smith forging. Now we will move towards the second type of the open die forging, that is power forging. This power forging is done by using some external energy sources. Then this power forging is classified in two types. First is hammer forging and second is press forging. In this hammer forging, a large weight hammer is struck on the workpiece by using some mechanisms or some machines. And in this press forging and in this hammer forging, the sudden load is applied on the workpiece. And we will see the second forging type of the power forging, that is press forging. In this press forging, the compressive forces are applied on the workpiece gradually. This forging is performed with the help of the hydraulic presses, and hammer forging is done with the help of the power hammers. Now we will see the second main type of the forging processes, that is closed forging or impression die forging. In this closed die forging, the metal is compressed between the two dies, which are provided with the shape of the final object which is to be made after the performing this operation. In this there are three types. First is drop forging, second is press forging, and third is machine forging. In the drop forging, large weight hammers are dropped on the workpiece, and this forging, the hammer are dropped on the workpiece, and this operation is performed with the gravitational pull. Then we will see the second type, that is press forging. In this press forging, the gradual compression or the gradual compressive load is applied on the workpiece, and the workpiece gets deformed. But this in this press forging, the compressive loads are applied vertically. And at last we will see the third type, that is machine forging. In this also the compressive loads are applied on the workpiece gradually, but these forces are applied on the workpiece in horizontal direction. Now we will see the comparison between the open die forging and the closed die forging. In this open die forging, there is no expansion limit or deformation limit for the workpiece. And in this closed die forging, there are some expansion or deformation limits to the workpiece, because in this the closed die itself acts as the limits. Now we will see the second comparison. Open die forging has less cost and closed die forging has more cost, because in the closed die forging, for preparation of the die we need to perform some manufacturing processes on the die to give it the same dimensional shape as the final product which is to be obtained. Then we will see the third one. In this open die forging, there is less wear and tear, and in this closed die forging, there is more wear and tear due to the complex shapes. The open die has more life as compared to the closed die, because it has complex shapes drawn on it, so the while performing the forging it gets more damaged. In this open die forging, only the simple shapes can be made due to the friction, and in this closed die forging we can make the complex shapes or the desired shapes. Thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this video then like my video and subscribe my channel.